Hello everyone and welcome back to Postmortem. We have just been speaking to Fred and we spoke to the business owner. Our notepad should be filling up. Oh no, ooh, that was close. I accidentally pressed the wrong button. Our notepad is filling up now. So we have one more character by the looks of things to check on and one more region to look at. The region might be that German woman's. Oh, should I tap this? No. Can I go through that door? Door? Locked. Staff storage. I would imagine the staff has the key for that then. Is it not in here? Yeah. F. Cole. Oh, that's who it belongs to. I see. So that's just to tell you that Franz is basically a feminist. I see. Okay. What else have we got in here? I never read this, I don't think. From torch to turmoil, exploring the roots of Galatian conflict. Every single time I start these, I say it correctly. It's Galatian. I'm sure that's what it is. It's Galatian. And I say it, and then I forget it straight afterwards. Okay, so over here we've got Fred and Thatcher. I'm literally going to call you Fred from now on. I hope you realise this. We have Franz here. Ah, who are you? I don't remember you for some reason. Have I spoke to this guy? Let's look in the notebook. Selden, Ophelia, Franz, Jerry, and Ekaterina. An unusual lady, who does not seem to be interested in idle chatter. She does not seem interested in the turmoil of local politics. And after speaking with you, she was intrigued you disapproved of her studying dead humans. Well, what did you really expect? Oh look, I've got Baker's Revolt on here now. That's nice. Okay, let's speak to this guy.
What can I do for you?
Hello, what can I do for you? My name's John Dowers.
Well, you could tell me about yourself.
I'm Dower, John Dower, just the local watchmaker. Not quite as skilled as my father, if you might have heard of him. He passed away some years ago, unfortunately.
You're not as skilled as your father. How come you continue in his watchmaking then?
After my father passed away, his assistant, dear old Cardiff, stayed to help me with the business. He watched my father for years and learned many tricks of the trade. Lucky for me, I would have been very lost if it wasn't for his help.
Have you considered other pursuits?
Well, I have been finding science and philosophy quite interesting as of late. And maybe because I work with watches so much, I've been reading a lot about theory of time and such.
Okay, so he wants to be extremely smart. If making watches isn't your passion, you should focus more on your scientific interests.
You really think so? I've been musing over some theories and ideas in my spare time. Perhaps I should develop them a bit more. Oh, by the way, I saw that waiter man leave a key behind. I think it's to the staff storage. Do you know where I might be wandering around?
I was actually going to speak to him. Why did he give the key to me? No, I'm helping the staff. I could take it from you. I'll do that.
Oh, grand. Thank you for saving me having to talk to him.
Why don't you want to talk to him?
He's just so chatty. And when he gets on the topic of workers' right...
What about it?
He complains so much about exploitation of the upper class putting him down. Can't he just enjoy his craft for craft's sake?
Everyone needs to earn a living. Everyone deserves to be treated equally. Everyone deserves to be treated equally.
I suppose so.
Let's talk about something else then. How do you feel about conflict?
Well, I prefer not to get involved with the politics.
Surely you must have an opinion. I mean, surely.
I mean, I do believe the turmoil is a terrible thing to happen in Glacier. But what can a simple man like me realistically do? Keep making my watches and hope for better.
You're probably right. It's always the little man who gets the worst of it.
Exactly. And then we let ourselves get swept into the violence. Do we not have our own jobs to cater to, families to spend time with, or hobbies to pursue? I mean, Galatians get so involved in the conflict, it's like they don't have anything else to live for anymore.
Well, yeah. This is the thing, they're getting involved so much in it, they're running out of time to spend with their family and everything like that. They forget their own lives, getting lost in the senseless fighting and bickering. What else can they do with riots and violence all around? They forget their own lives.
And each day, it just keeps getting worse. With more hate and more deaths. I prefer not to dwell on it any more than I have to.
I understand.
Indeed. But let's speak of this no more. This is supposed to be a jovial and hopeful evening.
And it is a fine evening indeed.
Anything else you wanted to speak of?
Yeah, go on then, one more thing. Tell me about somebody.
Whom were you curious about?
Ekaterina!
Oh, I spoke to her briefly. Very nice lady. Likes her books and all.
Her books?
Oh, yes. She mentioned she came here looking for some rare finds. Mr. Selden has a fine collection indeed.
What kind of books is she looking for?
Oh, I didn't ask, I'm afraid. Something else?
Yeah. Tell me about Mr. Selden, maybe... Or Jerry. Tell me about Jerry.
Who?
The kid serving some food?
There's food?
Yes?
My, I feel so silly now. That's what I get for sticking mainly to my watches, then.
Anyway, about Jerry?
I don't believe I've met him. Who's that again?
The stupid brat running around.
Stupid? How so?
He seems a little aggressive about pushing his ideas.
Oh, I see. Interesting. I don't believe I've met him yet.
Let me ask you about someone else, Mr. Selden.
A very warm and nice man. After I donated my watches, he sent me a personal thank you note and absolutely insisted I attend. There wasn't much of a way for me to decline.
Did Selden force you to come with a gun to your head?
Heavens no. He is quite the perfect gentleman, but can be a little pushy, if you know what I mean. But I suppose he wouldn't be as successful as he is today, if it wasn't for that.
I see. Let me ask you about someone else. Never mind, I must be going. I'll be out once I've spoken. Let me ask you something. No, never mind. Okay. I don't trust you, matey. I actually think Mr. Selden did this in order to cause the police to actually look at the old ages and see that they're too kind of unstable. So they were going to kill them all, throw them out. But we're going into the staff room next. I've got the key. Unlocked with key. What's in here? This is Rose Hill High. Look through the pockets. Why, yes, I will.
Stand up for your Galicia. Fight for your workers' right. Join Trendor Freedom Force.
Okay, well, that's no surprise. We already knew that. I am getting slightly worried that I've not really got that many clues, and it's expecting me to actually do something with all the stuff that I do have. Can I go in this safe here? Because it is a safe. No. Excellent, okay. What was in the other safe? Whose room was this? I can never remember. Let's look in my thing here. Selden's room, I think it was. So Selden has a picture of a young daughter and lots of files in his cupboard. As well as...
Is your child's school breeding old ages? Would you let your child play with backward Philistine? Would you teach them traditionalist propaganda? Would you cripple their potential?
I get the distinct feeling that he's part of something with that. Okay, PLP, that was signed on the bottom of that. The main pro-New Ager political party which spawned as a response to the pro-Old Ager Cultural Unforgotten Coalition, CUC party, and terrorist Trenta Freedom Force, TFF, organisation in 1894. Backed by rich industrialists and progressive lobbyists, it has been rumoured to be involved in some violent acts equal to that of the TFF. How very interesting, Selden, that you would have on this desk here, at the very bottom it says message from the people of progress. And they've been involved in some violent acts the same as an old ager. What was this about? With the perpetrator, the bizarre incidents of pervert, advising, giving both new agers and old agers yet another excuse to blame and test each other. Animal cruelty? Oh. Animal cruelty. That's the girl! Oh my god! I've linked it together, that's her! Anything in this room that I haven't checked out? Fairly sure there isn't. Timeline. Oh wait, can I go in here? Let's have a look at the bottom upwards. Rose Hill vandalised, coffin protest, coffin makers have refused to make coffins a statement of solidarity against violence. Ottoman factory workers march on strike for better pay. TFF officially classified as a terrorist. They emerged 2 years before that. Okay. Interesting. So, we have many different clues. One of them is that note there that's on about animals being killed. Quite clearly belongs to Katarina, because she is killing everyone. Well, she's killing animals. She's dissecting them, apparently, according to books, but I don't believe that. What we're going to have to do is start asking people about other people. So maybe if we ask Mr. Selden about people, he might give us some help. I'd like to tell me about someone. Tell me about Katarina. Most peculiar lady, I must say. She seemed quite interested in some of the books donated tonight. A big reader, I suppose. What books was she looking at? I believe she was looking for something in particular, but I am not quite sure what. For instance, she asked of any animal biology books I might have. Tools and techniques for improving dissections and such. Most peculiar indeed. Yep, so she's been killing the animals. That is odd. Indeed, but no matter, a scientific pursuit is always admirable. Let's gossip of her no more. Everyone is welcome tonight equally. Tell me about Franz. Why, he's such a wonderful server, and maybe could be more. Okay. How much more? Well, I should really speak with him more, but I have been looking at some new positions to fill in the managerial areas of my business, enacting policies and such. That's interesting. Not by choice. Okay, tell me about... Ophelia. A fine Thatcher. She will get far following her parents, I can already tell. Yes, she definitely will. She is charming, educated, and most importantly, open to new ideas. You don't find such a great combination of all too often. But don't ask me. Go talk to her yourself. This night is as much about donations as it is about meeting new, great people. Okay. That's enough from you. I need to speak to someone who's actually not a scumbag. Thatcher's not much of a scumbag. At least I don't think she is. Oh, Mr. Selden, let me in. Oh, that's surprising. He must have great trust in you, then. It is his beautiful house he welcomed us into. Alright, my bad.
Evening.
It's a fine evening, okay. Tell me about somebody. Franz. He is the waiter. That's all I can say. Why can I not say server? That's all. Let's just say me and him do not look quite eye to eye. How so? I have my reasons. Let's just say it is a disagreement of principles. Perhaps if you speak to him, you'll come to the same conclusion. That's right, because Franz hates women working, and she is a working woman. I see. Okay, let's talk about...
Ekaterina!
Oh, one of the two lovely ladies still left at the gala. Two lovely ladies? I only met you two. Were you referring to yourself in the third person? So she is lovely then. Of course. Isn't it great to see more independent women coming to events such as these? But frankly, I haven't learned much chatting with her. Much as I tried, she does keep herself to herself a bit. She's a shy one. Not everyone is as outspoken or chatty as us. I suppose all's fair, of course. If you come to a social event, you should go there to mingle. That's true, there's some good reasons to be attending tonight. Yeah. Exactly. And as far as I know, she currently lives in the small town of Hengfors, so I'm not surprised she may not be used to big fancy crowds. She's not originally from here, you know. Is that so? Well, that explains a lot. Let's speak of her no more then. Why did you suddenly hate her? Okay.
Hello.
I need to get going. Okay, very interesting, very interesting. So everyone keeps pointing the finger at Ophelia, but I do not believe it is her. Are you that watchmaker guy? You told me about her. Not Ophelia, Katarina, sorry. But this here, it's just, that is her. I reckon she's been doing this dissecting on live animals after being given permission by someone. I also reckon you're dodgy as hell, Fred. I mean, what have you been doing with your life?
Hello? I think I saw you coming out of the kitchen earlier. Please don't go there, it's for staff only.
I don't know what you're talking about. These aren't the deaths you're looking for.
Well, it's just that with all the hot dishes and sharp silverware, it can get quite dangerous, that's all. Yep, you don't need to tell me about dangerous. Please speak to me.
Oh, hi again.
You're in the middle of something. You're just walking around doing anything. Okay.
Oh, hi again.
It's late now, so we're almost out. We have various toothpick snacks at this point. I'll have one. Sweet wine herrings as well. Okay, I'll have a snack. Hold on to it for later. Let's go give that to the watchmaker.
What can I do for you?
Can I give this to him? No. So, I have that for no reason. Okay, so let's look over what we know from people on here then. We know the most about Ekaterina and Dowers. We know everything about Dowers. Look how much Dowers we know. Okay, so Dowers doesn't really get involved, and Ekaterina says she didn't either. But it's quite interesting that she has been killing these animals. So we need to kill one of the people, right? And which is irrelevant to us, just be promptly efficient. So we could kill one of these people, any one of these people, and we'll come out with a different outcome deciding who we kill. So say if we kill Franz, he will not be promoted into Selden's business. After not being promoted to Selden's business, he might actually not be able to keep girls out, well, women, out of the working place. But if we were to kill Selden, there would be no business proposition for him. Selden would lose the entire glassware Inc. We would also have quite a lot of drop in, I think, the New Agers kind of thing. I think he's planning quite a lot of that. But Ekaterina is definitely dissecting animals in the street where people are then blaming one another over it. So we know very well that she is actually a dissector of animals, as she kept mentioning dissecting humans. Getting very scared about that. Could be very bad. We have Jerry, who's Fred. And he was very weird. And he won't speak to me anymore, which is very odd. But he has got a lot of his life ahead of him, and he could do something very good. We have Dowers, who basically thinks that he's going to actually go for his scientific interests. Ophelia does not seem very fond of Franz. Franz is a bit of a penis in her opinion, and that is because obviously Franz does not believe she should be working, and she is. I don't know, guys. It's so hard to kind of think who would stop the most controversy. I wonder if we ask... What if we ask Katerina about people? Because she might know a lot about people. Hello. Who do I have in mind? I would like to know about Jerry. He's a kid. You know what they say. So promising. Our next generation. The future is in their hands. And all the pseudo-inspirational muck. But I don't care for kids. So don't ask me. Why do you like kids? Tell me. Why don't some people like reading books? Dear goodness, must you question everything? I'm just a curious... I have my reasons for asking. Then I have mine for not answering. Anything else? I wanted to ask you about someone else. God, she's not giving me anything. Ask her about Franz. For a man who believes women's place is in the kitchen, he sure likes to spend an awful lot of time there himself. That's quite a good one. Yeah, maybe people should do what they enjoy doing regardless of gender. Fine by me. Anything else then? I'm going to kill you if you do not tell me anything. Mr. Selden. Little obsessive about his business, always questioning others for new ideas about it, but a good host with many wonderful books. I have nothing more to say. So you like books? They don't talk back like people. What else? God, you do not give me anything, do you? Okay, Ophelia. Oh, that girl. She kind of has big eyes. Literally or metaphorically? Well, the two aren't mutually exclusive now, are they? I guess not. She seems to have some big aspirations that might end up biting her back, but no surprise, being a Thatcher and the whole radio thing. Okay. What ideas? World domination or some sort. Who knows what they are up to with their radio thing? Surely you jest. More like musing your interest on subjects I don't care for. I don't tune into their show, and I take it neither do you. Great minds think alike. Don't flatter yourself. You! Oh, so annoying. I should kill her just for being annoying. I wanted to ask about someone. Tell me about John Dowers. Just about the only respectable person at this whole gala. Well, I do agree with that. Seems like you like him. The man keeps to his watches and doesn't interfere with others. Country would be far more stable if others could do that. Do I sense a fondness for him? Ooh, a Katarina. And this guy sitting in a tree. Kissing. Oh, please. What else do you want? Let's talk about a different topic, okay? I hear you're looking for books. Perhaps, perhaps not. But you annoyed me enough already. I don't feel like discussing that right now. You didn't come off similar to me from what we talked thus far. I doubt you would understand. I'm much more like than you think. I guess we'll find out when we talk more. Something else then. Okay. How about the gala? No, that was the conflict I clicked, didn't it? No, that was the gala. Oh, weird. Local school being vandalized, rich people get together and give money. We all feel better about ourselves for a few days. What's there to talk about? Have you donated anything? No, not really. I don't exactly come from a rich background with much to squander. That's understandable. Everyone is welcome here as far as I understand. Indeed. We all have our reasons for being here, as I suppose you do as well. I'll tell you mine, if you tell me yours. Now you assume I actually care for your reasons, unless you bring a stack of rare books, which I do not quite see you carrying. Enough chatter about this gala. Okay. I'll be off then. A stack of rare books, which most likely would be in a safe, to be honest. Yep, that's just that. Can I go in the safe? No. I could look in here. At these watches. Can I look at the watches? Yes. Dowers Crafts. Cannot do anything with this watch or anything like that. Yes. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. No, it's literally just to look at it saying Dowers Crafts, so I know that he's a watchmaker. It's kind of pointless, to be honest. Anything over here? Nope. Inferno. I need books. Rare books. What are you?
How can I help you?
Never mind, actually. I think I've asked him about everyone. Go in my notebook and check what it says about her now. Here we go. She's Galician native, but immigrated as a child with her parents, doesn't seem interested in the turmoil, currently lives in Hen Falls, finds friends to be a hypocrite, finds John Dowers to be the only respectable person at tonight's gala, came to tonight's fundraiser looking for some books. Okay. Jerry doesn't want to speak to me at all. I can speak to Franz about people now. I never spoke to Franz about people before, did I?
Good
Let's do it now. I believe I have the key someone left behind. Oh, thank you, Mr. Selden would not be happy to lose that. You're welcome. How may I be of service? I would like you to tell me about someone now that I've done this. Katarina. Quiet lady. I don't believe she is from Galicia, in fact. Her fundraiser sign-up form stated Town of Hensforth. Though, so I could be wrong. But I don't know. Not my place to pry. Okay, tell me about John Dowers, the only respectable person here. Frankly, I know little of him. He seems like a quiet guy. I think he donated paintings or something for tonight. So Mr. Selden. By far one of the most respectable and fair employers I have had. That is all I can say. I see. But I'm not to discuss my employers behind their backs. Professional etiquette, you understand. Okay. You don't like Ophelia, I take it. A young and charismatic lady, if a bit naive. But that is all I can say. It is not my place to speak about the crowd I cater for. Okay, what about Jerry? A very lively kid, and one who will bring you any snack you may desire tonight. Talk to him if you are getting hungry. Must be going. Okay. Can I speak to you yet? I'd be told I could get a snack off you. Wouldn't really know no seconds. Oh!
How do you do?
I don't need you. Why am I talking to you? Ugh, all these people, none of them are giving me anything. Okay. He considers Selden a very good employer. Selden doesn't really have much to say about anyone either. He's very... about that. I think, to be honest, guys, I'm not going to end this episode and start another one. I think we're actually going to take someone down. So this may come in a little bit of a shock, but after all my times of walking around everything, I believe Ekaterina is behind the killing of the animals. I believe the New Ages are run very much by Selden, but I believe that the, what are they called? The TFF are having Jerry in there, the POP have Selden, the CUC, I think is more kind of like... I think that is what Ophelia's in, weirdly enough. I do believe that what should happen tonight is Dowers shouldn't die. Dowers is completely innocent. I believe Franz is innocent in all of this. I believe Selden is actually not that bad, but I don't know. Ophelia doesn't seem to go well with Ekaterina, and Ekaterina seems to be very, very strange. She's very odd. But Jerry, definitely there's something wrong with Jerry. I'm going to kill Jerry. We're going to kill the young boy, because I'm an evil bastard like that, in all honesty. Tab. Okay. Goodbye, Jerry, and farewell, as we proceed to claim you. Will you claim Jerry O'Neill? Yes. Jerry has been claimed by the Grim Reaper and will have a heart attack that very night. You have made your decision. Press space to continue through these messages. Unexpected death shocks charity gala. A fundraising gala for the benefit of the recently vandalised Rosehill High School took a grim turn when, close to midnight, Jerry O'Neill suddenly collapsed. The cause of his death is still unknown, explained Dr. Vimes, but initial analysis suggests heart failure. Jerry was a young student from Rosehill High, volunteering at the gala as a waiter. The gala's host and CEO of Selden Glassware Inc. also announced his plans to soften some of his factory policies, cut work hours, and after some thought-provoking conversations he had that night, he prompted an experienced server, Franz Cole, to head of human resources. Mr. Selden also expressed reluctance to host future galas after a key to his private study room went missing. Rosehill High was only able to raise part of the necessary funds needed for its renovation, remaining just one of the organisations affected by the country's turmoils. Oh dear. TFF, new struggles, same violence. Trentall Freedom Force, the most radical and violent pro-Ranger terrorist group in the country, has admitted to some structural problems in recent months, particularly after the passing of one of its key young members, Jerry O'Neill, former student of Rosehill High. Jerry's rather fanatical involvement with the organisation was uncovered shortly after the charity gala for the benefit of the school hosted by the successful businessman Bill Selden. With the passing of the promising young leader, TFF lacks a central, unifying voice, growing even more chaotic and disorganised. Splinter cells were known to occasionally act without official approval, resulting in more senseless violence. The group approving of the increased openness of the old ager, caused expressed by businessmen such as the aforementioned Mr. Selden, and struggling to fill the void left by Jerry, has remained just as active and as violent as ever, continuing its fight for the old ager cause. Oh dear, we didn't stop them then. That's bad. New hope for Galatia. Connolly's 5-point plan accepted. As many of our readers will remember, Prime Minister Connolly's new 5-point plan, a simple but highly anticipated plan for highly bringing the Galactian turmoil to an end, was unveiled a week ago. After a week of strenuous negotiations, the plan was finally accepted this morning, meeting with the great enthusiasm by both sides of the conflict, except, of course, the TFF, which stayed fairly ambivalent about it. Okay, then. Oh, Britain. This great success in large ways has to be attributed to wealthy businessmen loyalists following in Selden Glassware Inc.'s footsteps. Country's beloved Ophelia Thatcher had little impact on the negotiations, but we can now see she played her cards smart by holding off on her radical pro-women and gay rights agenda. At one of the charity galas I attended, someone reminded me that with all the fighting and speaking out, now would only further destabilise the political scene and make me a new target for the hate, explained Ophelia. Now that two sides are finally sitting at the same table and talking, the ground is much more fertile for social policy changes. Our young Ophelia is indeed shaping to be quite a shrewd politician, much to her parents' pride. Wealthy lobbyists significantly helped the negotiations by opening up to the old age's pleas. Many businessmen have been following in footsteps of Selden Glassware, recently proclaimed one of the top 5 best to work for companies in Galicia after the CEO settled his factory's policies and cut work hours. We'll just say this is a lot of text, and also, there is no music. The music has run out. If the dev is actually taking the time to watch my game, which I very much doubt it, put some more music in at the end. That's about the only thing I would say. Quite enjoyed it. I like the idea of choices and everything, the replayability. If people stop being idiots about the fact that you could just keep going back through and just skipping through everything, then this is quite a good game. It's quite an interesting story. He's really taken the time to write out all of this. And you can see, like, on here, I made Selden change his ideas, how he did things, how he performed and all that. So I'm just going to have a quick drink, hopefully cut it out, and then I shall read the rest of this. Economists were puzzled by the sudden change, but our insider sources recall Mr. Selden having some very heated debates during one of his charity galas that might have influenced his opinions, and Selden's new HR manager, Franz Cole, further embraces the open policies, albeit opposing hiring female employees. So if we killed him, they would have hired female employees. While Selden's new philosophy might be winning him the old age of support, the decreased production has been driving prices up and contributing to unemployment. With all the senseless violence, it's sad to see the average Galician struggling to afford his groceries and maintain a decent standard of living. The acceptance of the Connolly Plan will hopefully mark a new turn in our country's turbulent future. However, the vandalism of the mixed Rose Hill High School a few months back and failure to raise the necessary funds to renovate reminded us of our lacking institutions to promote long-term reconciliation, and showed that even if the politicians may be nodding their heads, the regular folk are not yet ready to shake the other side's hand. Due to my involvement, the Galician turmoil continued for 3 more long years before a ceasefire, I think that's meant to be, agreement was brokered. The level of violence and random attacks subdued slightly during that time, becoming a bit more manageable. With conservative leaders and lacking facilities like Rose Hill High, Galicia's future was uncertain as it embarked on the long and difficult process of reconciliation. The descendants of H4s continued being terrorized by random acts of animal violence. That was her! Hi there, Franz. Yo, buddy. Hey, buddy. Huh? What happened? You're dead. I'm sorry. What? Why? Powers that be demanded. I claimed someone tonight. Somebody had to die tonight. I'm the Reaper. And I choose you, Bulbasaur. Just because you look like Fred. That's literally the only reason I chose you. Why did you choose me? You seem the most dangerous. I chose randomly. No one else seemed to deserve death. I simply did not like you. I don't know. I had other reasons. I don't need to explain. I had other reasons. When I tried to speak to him again, he wouldn't speak to me. It's quite clear he was doing something. Well, I guess you made your judgment, being the Grim Reaper and all. It wasn't personal. I simply had to pick someone. It seemed like the fairest choice given what I learned. I don't need to explain myself to you. I'm sorry. It seemed like the fairest choice, given what I learned. Were you happy with yourself, choosing me to die? I do feel a bit guilty. I won't lie. So what will happen to me now? You will be judged for your life's worth, and treated accordingly. I suppose that makes sense. What do you think my odds are? Pretty good. Not gonna lie. Because you're young and everything, it's gonna be good. That's a little comforting. So I guess I step into the light or something? Actually, step into the next room and our secretary will take care of you. How bureaucratic. I guess I'll ask them more questions. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you, I guess. I'm sorry. Bye. So, if anyone did watch this series, they enjoyed it and wanted to see more, then I would very much like to go back through this again. To learn more kind of what's going on. I'd like comments of people to say who they want to die, what they want to see happen. If they don't want me to go inside that locker or anything, oh, in that guy's study or the kitchen, that was a really good game. It's kind of like The Novelist, very story-driven and everything like that. I could see why some people didn't like it because it was too story-driven. But for the price of what I paid for it, which probably was about £2.50, a bit more, I thought that was very good. And I know very well from making like RPG Maker games of my own that when you actually go into like making choices in a game, that's where it starts getting very complicated, very hard to code and everything. I know that wasn't RPG Maker, but you know, things like that. Making those choices is what becomes hard. You have to start remembering what choices people can make, how different choices affect different things. So there we go. Thank you for playing Postmortem and supporting us by buying the extended cut. We hope you enjoyed it. Replay to see how your actions influence the outcomes and compare them with others by clicking below. Thank you very much. I enjoyed the game immensely, and I hope that some of you will take this time to actually go and look at it yourself. Maybe consider if you want it, or maybe leave me a comment down below saying that you liked this series and wanted to see more things like this. But thank you very much. I hope to see you another time. Bye bye everyone.